Hey guys, welcome to another day on the shop. Today, my trees are scratching my shop. Today we are working on the hood and the fender. We're wet sanding, and wet sanding, and wet sanding, and wet sanding. I've already started over here. As you see the dullness, I don't know if you can see it from that direction, but the dullness shows that we've been wet sanding. It's getting a lot of the orange peel out. A lot of this is smooth right here, getting rid of all that orange peel. Got done with some imperfections and everything else. So got this whole other side to do and try and make it as smooth as possible. Then we're going to buff it, well, cut and buff it, and try and make it as crystal clear and as shiny and polished as we can for what it is. So it's a makeup paint job. As you saw in the last video, I painted it. So we did some body work, we did some paint. Now it's time to do some wet sanding, get rid of this orange peel so it looks a little bit better than all peely. And then once I do that, I'll get it polished, throw it back on the truck, start the process of putting the grill, the lights, and everything else on. Hopefully in the next 2 to 3 weeks, I'll have an inspection and get my title. So then I can have it and use it as a tow vehicle and regular everyday truck. As you see, there's 240s out there. I've been working on it kind of periodically. Fixed some exhaust leaks that it had. So it works really good now. It has a little bit of water consumption. I don't know where it's coming from or slash going. The oil, I got a little oil leak on the oil pan, which is not straight at all, so it's to be understood that a KA24 just leaks. So, but let's get to wet sanding this other side. I got some more to do over here. It's not completely dull in certain places, and it's still got some little mountains in it. So we're gonna get to that and listen to some music. So stay tuned. Alright, I'm using 1500 grit sandpaper on this little sanding block. It's not the greatest, but it's working. It's keeping things flat. Got me a jug of water and just spraying and sanding, just like that. Keeping the grits and all off the paint so it doesn't scratch into the paint. Just trying to make it level where it's dull uniformly. After we do 1500, we'll move up to 25 or 2000 grit, and then we'll move up from there to 2500, and then we'll start buffing. So here we go. Alright, so as I'm going around, I'm seeing it getting taken down. The shine's kind of coming off, but there's still ripples, and you'll see them. There's some dull spots with some shine in between the dull spots. So you just got to keep working your way until it's completely smooth and there's no ripples anymore. There's no dull spots and then light spots, or what are you going to call it, reflective spots. It needs to all be dull, and you just keep working at it. So this 1500 is doing pretty good. If I really wanted to get aggressive, I could have started with 1000 and then worked my way to 1500, and it would have probably knocked it down a heck of a lot faster. But I'm getting the result I want. My phone's disconnected. But I'm getting the result I want. A lot of this is dull already. Most of this is completely flat over here. I'm almost done with this side. I'm still working my way through here. I still have a good amount right here in these edges, and then up here I've got all this area. This side right here, or that section right there, is good. Still got the whole front, got most of the back, and then this one corner over here. This other side's almost done as well, but it's really difficult to see the shininess and the dullness when it's wet. So you got to let it dry, come back, and start looking at the areas you got to work on. So that's what I'm doing. So let's get back to it. Alright, got a new day going. You see I've changed shirts. I've gotten everything basically gone down with the 1500 I started out with, and then things weren't going as quick as I wanted. So I dropped down to 1000. Knocked it all down. It's almost perfect right now as of just a flat look. Next, I'm going with 2000 grit. I'm going to wet sand it, just go over it real quick to make sure there isn't any more scuff marks, no more scratches or anything else. Then I'm going to go over with 2500, and after that I'm going to start cutting and buffing. So here goes to 2000 grit. Alright, got everything sanded down with a 2000 grit. Cleaned it up a little bit. Now I'm going with a 2500 and knocking down as much as I can. Then we'll start down, like I said, with the cutting and buffing. So we'll be cutting and then buffing. Alright, I'm going to throw a quick wash on this, rinse it off, and then move on to the fender with, it's already been hit with 1500, it needs 2000 and 2500. So we're going to wash this, get to that, let this dry, and start buffing. Alright, so this is the first time I'm doing this, so I'm going to be trying this. I've got a new pad here for cutting, and I'm using some Meguiar's Ultimate Compound. I don't know how good this is going to work. Don't know what I'm doing. I'm just trying what I've seen and what I've researched, so we're going to try this out and see how this goes. It should be a better result than orange peel and dirt nibs all in it. So stand by and we'll find out how this goes. All right, full disclosure. Like I said, this is my first time painting, sanding, wet sanding, and cutting. So this, let's see if I can find a good spot. It's very foggy. I'm still wiping some of this compound off. You can see through it. It doesn't have any orange peel. You can see my little dirt nib still. I'm gonna polish this, but I've made this to where it looks like an 8-year-old hood. Wait, no, how many years? 13-year-old hood. We have some, almost looks like sun damage because the sanding went through certain areas. And then you got the little things that look like rock chips and everything everywhere. So a little bit more damage, it looks like. So it's not perfect. If I want to, one day I'll repaint it, but as of right now, it's perfect. All right, you can see that? I don't know if you can, hold on. All right, let's see. Are you even recording? You are recording. Beep, beep, beep. All right, look at this. It's coming out a lot better than it was. It's not perfect. That's just one stage of compound. I'm probably gonna do it again. Like I said, this is me painting for the first time right there. Right up here. And a little bit down here sanding through. But Now I'm a little dirt nibs, but it almost matches 100%. It's a little bit clearer right there than it is here, but it's shiny and it's reflective. Looks good. There, it's a little bit clearer, and that's just the same stuff. Compounded right there, compounded right there. So when I polish this, it should come out almost like that, hopefully. So I might, like I said, do one more coat of compound and check it. I'm gonna do one more coat of compound, I think, maybe on the hood. And once I do that, we'll see how it goes. If it goes good enough, I'm not looking for perfection. It just looks a lot better than I think it did, even though it has all these other imperfections in it, without having all the waviness of orange peel. So it shows it's smooth, but it still has a lot of imperfections. And yeah, so let's clean this hood up a little bit more because I still got some compound on it. And once I do that, as you see, the shine is coming through. I'll polish it real good and hopefully it'll show the depth I'm looking for, even though it's got all these imperfections. All right, well, as you see a good shine there. No orange peel. Some of this is still cloudy because it still has some compound on it, or polish, excuse me, not compound. Go look at this fender. This fender, nice and shiny. Got a good reflection. See, there's one reflection, two reflection. This is still a little bit clearer than that one, but it's got a good, wholesome image. Like I said, it's still not as clear, but it is what it is. It's as good as it's gonna get right now until I repaint it. So I am going to clean these up, and once I clean these up, I'm gonna start assembly. That's gonna be the next video. Assembly of the front end and trying to adjust everything in place, because the hood was not lining up 100% with the grill, and the grill was not lining up 100% with the lights. So the little adjustments here and there I've got to figure out and do. And then once that happens, all I'm waiting on is, what is it? I've got a radiator fan. It's right here. I got the fans. It's not all cracked like this one. Paid, what was it? $70 for this. It'd be more than 100 and something for that off eBay. So went to a junkyard, got it. Got the radiator support plastic as well for another $20, which wasn't too bad because it's $50 on eBay. What do we got to do? The airbag, the seat belts, the airbag module, and cleaning. And then once we do that, we got the lift and the tires back there that go on. We got the front bumper, which is hopefully this week coming up, which is in those boxes, and I'm proud to say I get to finally get that situated. I'm hoping it turns out better than the paint that I just sanded all the way through. So it's coming along. It's gonna be a pretty truck when it's done. At least the fender doesn't look too bad. You won't see any of this soon. All that you won't see. You'll see that and that, but that'll be about it. So show you all the end result whenever we get there. But until then, I want to thank you for joining in for another episode of The Shop. Check out all the social media and Teespring. Enter the giveaways. Make sure you hit up Instagram because that's where they're at. So look on Instagram, find the last giveaway that I posted, which should be the Mullet and Marrow shirt. It's an orange shirt. Check it out. See if you like it. If you like it, enter to win one. Till next time.